Once again, good evening, all of you. And thank you for joining. You all know this is our weekend free community session. In that, right, today we are going to talk about roles and responsibility of every AWS DevOps engineer. What we will be doing in our day-to-day work. Some of them new here. Some of them I know people are attending every week. For the people who new, right, whenever we are taking any topic, if you have any doubt related to the same topic, feel free to interrupt me and ask your question, so I'll clarify you. If anything related to general doubt or general question, right, about your career, end of the session we have a parking lot. You can place your general question at the end of the session. Whoever watching this session on YouTube, we have a community link in the description. You can click on it. You'll be part of our WhatsApp group, so you can start attend our live weekend session. Okay, this weekend community session is totally free of cost. Okay, no need to pay anything. Fine. With that note, let me just open the code editor or something like that. So today we are going to discuss about one interesting stuff like roles and responsibility. Okay. Basically, what is roles and responsibility? What is roles and responsibility? When you are going for any interview, right, the very first thing, right, will be asked, what is your day-to-day task? What is your daily routine activity? What are the activity you are handling frequently? What is your current role in your present project? So these kind of questions, right, will maximum we may expect. Addition to that, in the resume also we need to mention what is our roles and responsibility. Okay. So this roles and responsibility, I am going to categorize in two ways. Okay. Type 1 set of people, another one is type 2. Second type of people. So this type 2, right, I am categorizing for minimum more than 10 plus years experience candidates. Okay. Type 1, right, I am categorizing as a less than 10 years experience candidate. Okay. Like that, I'm categorizing as a 2. Because most probably your roles and responsibility will be like somehow similar. Addition to that, right, people who's playing more than 10 plus years of experience role, they most probably they'll be a cloud architect or cloud consultant. So their role will be slightly different. Okay, that is the reason I'm categorizing as in a two-way. So here, just unmute and confirm me, like how many of you having more than, sorry, less than 10 years experience, who all fall under type 1 set of people? Either raise your hand or yeah, and then anybody else who fall under type 1, less than 10 years experience in IT? Okay, only one guy seems. Okay, who has more than 10 years of experience in IT here? Just raise your hand or unmute and confirm. If you're putting it in chat, I can't able to see actually. If I open the chat, right? Oh, okay. It's things are getting raised. But yeah, some responses we received. Feel free to unmute and make interactive session, guys. If you are putting it in chat, better you can watch in the recording itself. Anyway, okay. So yes, so when come to the category 1, why I have categorized in two way, as I already informed you, for a type 1, type 2 candidate, mostly they'll be playing a role of cloud architect or consultant. When you are playing a role of architect or consultant, right, you don't need to work in the ground level. Mostly, your task is to be in high level. You can take it, and people in the beginning stage or who has 5, 10 years, 5, 7 years experience, they'll take care of major work. That is the reason I've categorized the two. The first thing, coming to the roles and responsibility, most of you, right, should be knowing about monitoring stuff. Okay. What all things you will monitor basically? When come to monitoring, first you should be monitoring your critical servers. Okay. Then you will be monitoring your services. Then you will be monitoring your applications. Okay. Then you will monitor the traffics. So like that, you need to have the fundamental idea of how the monitoring works. Then what all category we can monitor it. Okay. Second thing, you will be working as a SME. What is SME? Subject matrix expert. Okay. So in this role, right, you will get lots of opportunity when come to AWS and DevOps. What? Implementation or creation of the resource. Or parallelly, you would need to write an infrastructure as a code tool, either Terraform or CloudFormation. Okay, any one of the tool, right? You should write. Implementation in the sense, or creation in the sense, the resource you need to create in the AWS account. Resource you need to create in the AWS account. Nowadays, I can tell you, not much of organization creating the resources manually. Everything they are doing it through the pipeline. Everything they are doing it through the pipeline. So what you need to do? So you need to understand Terraform or CloudFormation when they are doing the resource deployment, resource creation through pipeline. It should be any one of this, infrastructure as a code tool only. So you should be in a position to understand and create Terraform or CloudFormation template. Okay, which is also part of your scope. Next thing, work with automations. What does mean by working with automations? Basically, people are nowadays, right, hate to do the manual stuff. If you wanted to pull any report, like you wanted to see in your environment how many idle unused EBS volumes are available near AWS account, how many ideal RDS database clusters are there in your platform, how many unused easy instances are there in your account. So what happens? Literally, you should be knowing the report collection and automation stuff, everything. So what I'm trying to say, when you're working with the automation, you should be knowing the Lambda plus Python Boto 3. Using the Python Boto 3 and Lambda only, we would be mostly working on taking the reports and things and stuff. What does mean by report and things and stuff? So as I told you, right, unused ideal EBS volume report, unused RDS instance report, any trusted advisor recommendation report. So all those things, right, you will be working with the automation only. So anytime you may get an opportunity to work on any set of these automations. Okay. Then in terms of automation, we'll be working with automated backups. Okay, we'll be working with automated backup for DB or EC2 instance. Okay, those stuff. So whenever your script runs, right, it may take the latest backup. It will move to your DR region. Like that, right? We may get a option. So you need to work on the automation part where you would need to set up all these automation. For that, you need to work with Lambda and Python Boto 3. Once again, there is a typo in the Lambda. So let me update it. Next thing, you should be in a position to work with security stuff. Okay. What does mean by security? What kind of work I'll get it in the security perspective? So for security, right, you need to ensure wherever possible, right, we need to make sure the logs are enabled. Wherever possible, you need to make sure the logs are enabled plus audit logs. Wherever possible, right, we need to go with the minimum. Okay, minimum port open in the security group and ACL. Wherever possible, you need to go with the minimum level of security group and ACL. And we need to always monitor the vulnerability using internal or external tool. Okay, you should be following the process to monitor the vulnerability. What is meant by vulnerability here? If your RDS instance publicly exposed, right, that is something called as a vulnerable. Your EC instance publicly allowed means that is vulnerable. For example, you are having on EBS volume which is not encrypted, that is vulnerability. So you should be in a position to using any internal tool or external tool to identify and fix those stuff or identify and it need to intimate you. Okay, for that we have some certain internal services available, many security services available. Okay, for web application you can use WAF. Okay, you can use AWS Shield. Okay, you can use guard duty. Like many services, right? We can use. Apart from that, we do have some third-party tools also. Okay, something called Dome9, something called Prisma. Okay, like many third-party tools are there, but yeah, you need to buy a license for that. So the organization who's more concerned and more keen about the security, right? They'll be, they'll be the specific team. They won't worry about buying a third-party tool like Dome9 or Prisma. Okay, so they'll feel free to go ahead and they'll buy the things. Okay, so this all comes under the security. You need to have a certain dedicated process to work on the vulnerability and fix those issues. Okay, so if you need to take a report which all the RD instances are publicly exposed, you need to go ahead and you need to fix it. You need to take a report. Is there any S3 bucket is publicly created? You need to go there. You need to fix it. So security is very important. In interview, if you get any question related to the security, tell them that you are gonna have these many set of cross checks. Okay. And another thing is FinOps. Anyone heard about FinOps in your career? You know about DevOps. What is FinOps? Anybody know answer?
Is it related to financial operation like banking kind of things?
Banking kind of softwares. Okay. Any other input?
Yeah.
Transactional operations.
Okay. What use of it? Exactly what you will do in under the FinOps?
Payments.
Payments.
Resource cost analysis.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a resource cost of, I guess.
So where you got it in ChatGPT, yeah?
No.
So if whatever the answers comes immediately, right? Those are the answers
Yes.
are valid nowadays. Because as a trainer, I am observing all my batches, right? If answer coming anything 30 seconds, 1 minute after that, those answers from ChatGPT. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So basically, FinOps means financial operations. What we are going to do here? So this is for using your money with AWS for right. So basically what happened, right? There are many resources are idle. There are some RDS, DBs are, oversized in terms of the hardware capacity, I'm telling. Either it could be RDS or EC2. Okay. There are many times, right? When come to F3, they keep all the data in standard. Okay. Sometime, right? What happened when you go with the specific service, EBS volume, simply available, it's been unattached. Okay. There are sometimes, right? When you go, people will be still using the GP2 volume type. Okay, sometime what happened, right? People will be setting up the things. Example, uh, data transfer. Okay, between the two account or two regions or uh, you know two locations, like they'll transfer. So that time, right, data transfer will cost you a lot. Okay, so as a FinOps, as a part of FinOps, what you will do, right, you will be working on identify the resource and spend the money for right purpose. Okay, so we are going to save the cost over here. Okay, we are going to save the cost over here. Right now the FinOps terms are trending. So for utilizing the FinOps, right, in AWS, we have a service available. AWS Trusted Advisor. If you guys are new to this service, go and explore it. In every account, we have a service called Trusted Advisor. The Trusted Advisor will do the scan across your AWS account. It will suggest you, is there any resources is over provisioned? Is there any resources, where we have an option to cost saving opportunity? Is there any resources ideally available? We don't want them to keep it, forever. Any RDS DB available, but no one is trying to reach that RDS. Our last 3-4 months, right? Simply idle. If you feel like that, okay, if you feel like that, what will happen is the trusted advisor will be notifying you. You can plan for the necessary remedy for that, so that you can save some money end of day. So trusted advisor is an inbuilt tool. Apart from that, we have a third-party tool also available, Spot.io. Okay, like many tools are there, but I personally work with Spot.io tool. So this tool, what it will do, literally, it's gonna giving you the suggestion for the cost saving. Okay. So if you go for an interview, the FinOps term is newly trending. Keep in mind. Addition to that, if they are asking for any questions related to the cost saving, what are the recent cost saving you have done it in your project? Yeah, these all the answers you can give it to them. Okay. Apart from that, the DevOps stuff, right? Okay, DevOps stuff always we cannot measure or predict, basically. Okay, DevOps stuff always we cannot measure and predict. You may get lots of different things. Okay, set up a new pipeline. Okay, set up a new pipeline, and you need to work on fixing the existing issue or adopt issue from your pipelines. Okay, then what kind of issues we'll get it in the DevOps is develop or fix existing automations. Yeah, which I've already mentioned in the working with the automation itself. In the DevOps, right, mostly you will have a opportunity to migrate monolithic application to microservices, or migrate your EC2 based apps to Kubernetes. Okay, working with Docker files to build new image. Okay, then you will be getting option to working with any configuration management tool, playbooks. Okay, so like Ansible kind of. After that, right, you need to work with artifacts. Okay, so you need to work with so here I would like to mention one more tool, Sonar. Okay, so work with artifacts. So these kind of stuff, right? Any new POC we supposed to do? Any customers coming? We need to along with the pipeline, we need to set up the new POCs. We need to explore a solution. These all fall under our scope of work when come to DevOps guys. Okay, this will be our day-to-day activity. So maximum for DevOps folks, right? I can mention even the Terraform infrastructure, but yeah, here itself I mentioned, and automation here itself I mentioned it. So I don't want to repeat it and duplicate it. Okay, the perspective of IAM, where you will be working with the identity access management to set up a new role. Okay, creating new policy. So managing the and registration. So all the stuff, right? We're supposed to manage it in terms of IAM, new policies, new permission boundaries, or existing permission boundary, create or update the old one. So these kind of tasks also you will get it in the IAM. Okay. So these are the stuff, guys. You need to keep in mind for the people, who has less than 10 years of experience. So is anything I missed? Any people wanted to add anything? I hope I covered mostly. You guys feel like it's I missed anything? Share your thoughts. So if it is really valid, we can add it. Otherwise, no need to add.
Bro, I have in my recent interview, the interviewer asked, like, how do you set up
Voice is
CICD?
not so clear, brother.
No, I'm not able.
No. One day I'm facing issue with this audio, others also facing issue.
Yes.
Yeah, his voice is not clear.
Okay, okay.
Now, bro.
Maybe you can speak only, then we'll come to know.
One sec, I will text in chat.
No, I won't look into the chat actually.
Okay.
Yeah, his
Because
Okay.
voice is
trying to
clear now.
start, right? My entire screen is getting, hidden. Like I don't know what things are there in the back end. That's why.
Okay. Okay.
You try to explain now. It's like your voice is clear.
Yes, bro. Like in my recent interview, the interviewer asked, like, how do you set up a CI/CD pipeline, and what are the tools you use? And they're called three topics, blue, green, something they asked me about. I
Okay.
don't know about the.
Okay. Okay. That is out of box question. Maybe you can ask it in the parking lot. Okay. Now, two
Oh,
doubts
okay,
can be discussed. Anything relate to this discussion. Okay.
okay,
Anybody
okay.
else feel like anything I'm missing or mostly we covered?
Hari,
Hari, what about this report on like auditing something? It's fall under cost management or it's a
Comes up IAM
different.
itself.
Okay.
Hari,
Okay.
you mentioned the Sonar Cube in the security, but it is related to the code quality check.
So it's going to check for the code quality only, right? Again, for security reason only, we are checking the code quality,
Okay. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Code quality, why we are checking? Your code has some vulnerability. We need to fix, right?
Yes.
Code vulnerability, it's again for your Sonar only, right? Sorry, security only, right? Sonar will help us to detect. If anybody hard coded the credential in the code, when Sonar is scanning, it will detect. That's why I mentioned in the security. Okay.
What about Kubernetes? See it mentioned. I could see Docker, but Kubernetes,
Here
where it should be. Okay. Yeah.
mentioned. Okay. Okay. I think you guys also doesn't have much. So we are moving to type 2. So type 2, when come to mostly for, as I told you, like this is for an architect or consultant, they will be, come up with the architecture diagram for the entire infrastructure. Architecture diagram for the entire infrastructure. So do you guys know what tool they'll use for the architecture diagram? There's something called Visio. It'll be looks like that actually.
The draw.io.
Yeah. If you look at that, it will be looks like this. Okay. So how these things are getting made? There are many sites are there, but I prefer draw.io is one of my favorite tool, which I use. It's free, open source. Okay, where you can go and draw your own architecture diagram. That's a separate story. But yeah, as an architect or consultant, you need to make sure to deal with the architecture diagram of entire infrastructures. Second thing, multi-cloud and multi-region on-prem connectivity. Okay, what all the feasible ways are there where we can go with VPN, where we can go with a direct connect, all those things, right? We should be able to know only then, right? Where you can see the specific knowledge between the okay, the connection between all these things. It really matters for the architect and consultant. Because many times you should be knowing, you should be planning any issues, you need to troubleshoot it. All those things are very much important for you guys. Okay. Decision on picking the tools. So when there is a requirement, the architects and consultants should be in the position to take the decision. Okay, this is the requirement. We'll go with AWS Lambda. We can use Boto 3 library. Okay, this is the situation. We can use Terraform. No, we can go with the cloud formation. So that decision, right, you need to take. Oh, this is a requirement. Yeah, then it should be go to Kubernetes. Okay. Okay, this will go with Ansible then. Oh, okay, then we should plan with Jenkins CI CD or Azure DevOps pipeline. Like that, the people know this architects, the decision point, most of the decision point in your project will be done by the architects. Okay, most of the decision point will be done by the architects. Based on the decision has been taken by the architect of the environment, your entire infrastructure going to function. Entire infrastructure going to function. Okay, this is something called decision point. So if when you have a knowledge on all the tool, only then you will give your final conclusion. Okay, this requirement will go and use this particular tool. That conclusion you can make. Make sense? So this is what all I wanted to convey in terms of decision making. All right. Then what next? So we have discussed about the architecture diagram. One more thing I have planned activity. Okay. New. No proactive idea as a enhancement. Okay. Basically, if you are as an architect, if you are repeatedly giving the idea or work to your junior engineers in the team, it is not going to be interesting work for them. Okay, they'll feel bored if you are repeatedly do the same stuff, right? End of day, they will be lose up their end up their work with the boring things. Instead, what you need to do, right? You have to come up with the new proactive idea, new implementation, new enhancement. If people are using Docker in the environment, you need to come up with the plan to migrate to Kubernetes. If you feel like anything, lagging, any tools are lagging, any process is lagging, you need to come up with a new idea where people can interact. If you feel like, people are using CloudFormation, they are planning to add Azure also in your environment, you can plan for coming up and upgrading the things with upgrading the CloudFormation into Terraform. So those kind of new ideas, right? You need to bot, and based on that, your new idea, only your team going to work. Always keep your team engaged. Always keep your team to have a more POC, more new initial stuff. Based on that, right? Your team will be have a good, rapport. Very interestingly, they can work. Okay, and client facing. Okay, any new requirement, monthly connect, weekly connect with the client, monthly update. So all those things, right? Architect will be the one who presenting the things to client. Okay. So what happened in the last week? Okay, where we are lagging. Anything else to be, need to be updated? So any outage last week, any RCA to be reviewed, any such things, right? Taken care by architect. Okay. These are the scope of work, guys, when it comes to a architect. Finally, if some organization permits architects to set up a goal, okay, this is what the goal for this year. The entire team gonna work, but it's up to the organization. Not everyone allocating it. For that we have a project managers, but still there are some time people have to set up the goal. So that's it, guys. Pretty much about architects. So anyone has any question around this, and anything else to be added? What do you feel?
Hari, what about the Argo CD?
Argo CD is one of the continuous deployment application. You have a Jenkins, GitHub,
Yes.
right? Similarly, some organization use Argo CD. I think Argo CD is license-based pipeline tool. Some of them using it in some project, but I personally never used it. I never get an opportunity to work with Argo CD actually.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, as like your Jenkins, Git, Jenkins and Assured pipelines, Assured DevOps pipeline. It's one of another tool. Okay. Okay, guys. If you guys are good, maybe we can have a parking lot. Anyone has a general doubt or question to be discussed? Time for discussing general things.
Yeah, Hari, I have one question. Means like mostly right now the site reliability engineers are there, right? Uh, Generally that most of them, whatever you have mentioned, right, they have also do in their day-to-day task currently in the market because they are expecting more from the SRE, and once the call will be once we the guy who's searching the job, they are get the interviewer is asking like the SRE with the modern DevOps, SRE with the DevOps rules, and means like who will do the DevOps work also. So. I little bit confused. Means like SRE is different and means like DevOps will be different, but they are right now in the current market they are mixing both.
Okay, makes sense. So basically, what are the expectations from the SRE in terms of DevOps, right? So they don't want to, help in terms of creating any of the client's pipeline. Okay, they don't want to help in terms of managing their resources. Your application team will be taking care of creating the pipeline, managing the resources. If any activity comes, we will be, we will not touch any resources. AWS side resources, right, will be completely owned by your application team. What are the part of your SRE role here is they'll be notifying them, they'll be informing them, they'll give the proactive alert. Hey, dev team, if you are SRE, what will be your scope is you will be informing your application team to, hey, your EKS cluster, your Kubernetes cluster going to deprecate by this date. Please take care and update it. If you are SRE engineer, you will inform your dev team, hey, your RDS cluster, right, going to, coming to the extended support. Year after, you're going to pay almost double the number of payment what you're doing now. Go ahead and upgrade to latest version to avoid the unnecessary charges. These kind of, right, you should have the DevOps knowledge, you should have the cloud knowledge. So you don't want to touch any of their resources. Just to inform them, just to follow up them, so that they'll take care. They have a set of teams available. With the help, they'll take care. So the expectation from your side is you'll be having a proper knowledge on cloud, you'll be having proper knowledge on DevOps. You don't need to touch any of my resources. Let me take care. But you need to proactively monitor all the resources and proactively let us know is there any deviation in our stand. Okay, make sense?
Yeah, Hari.
All right. Apart from that, one general question to everyone, like You guys are, sharing our WhatsApp group. How many of you shared our WhatsApp community WhatsApp group to your study and technical groups? How many of you did that?
I shared.
Only Neeli Shahu, Satya Sharubini, Balu Mahendran. Anybody else?
Yes, sir. I also did.
Okay. So what I'm recommending others, right? Whether you guys are feel like the session is useful, whatever we discussed, you feel like it's useful. It's connected all your dots and doubts.
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Actually, recently I mean, I'm getting an interview uh, for that SRE role.
Oh,
So
okay.
they were mostly asking about scenario-based questions, not about the working one, like DevOps. They are mixing both and DevOps and SRE. I was a little confused whether it's related to SLA kind of client satisfaction kind of role, or we need to perform DevOps role as well, because I got a job description that mixed with everything.
Oh,
So mostly it is related to scenario based, like RBAC, monitoring related stuffs and observability, and little bit they go on touch that Kubernetes, Argo CD.
okay.
So it is mostly
Basically,
mostly I'm getting confused about these two roles. Exactly what they are doing from DevOps and SRE.
yeah. Basically, what the cases here is, in every interview you go, they'll only ask scenario-based question only nowadays. The direct questions are stopped. Any interview you go, the scenario-based question only. That's no doubt about it. Second thing, you need to go through your job description properly, and you can ask the person who taking interview, right? What will be my role once I clear the interview? What will be my role? End of the interview, you can ask. After asking for the feedback, the interviewer will definitely ask you, do you have any question or anything like that? That time you can ask him. He may be explaining things to you. So you'll get some more idea. Okay.
Okay, sure.
You said the first round is cleared for you, right?
No, it's in pending. Like last Friday, I was attended the interview. Was waiting for the results actually.
Okay.
Here in UAE, it will take some time to reply back
Uh,
to the interviews, everything. Yeah.
what I prefer, you can have one mock interview with me first. So, guys, I started
Okay.
new service for mock interview. Anybody wanted to realize yourself which level you are in, which all the area you need to upgrade. You can have a mock interview. You can take mock interview service with me. I'll ask a question to you around 15 minutes in Zoom call. Based on your resume, I'll ask question. Last like my live project interview. Whatever the end of the interview, I'll give you the feedback as well. Okay, which all area still you need to improve, which all area you are strong. I'll do that. Okay. So for taking that service, right, how much you're gonna pay for that? You're going to pay 0 rupees. Okay. You don't need to pay anything. Just you can evaluate yourself how strong you are with AWS and DevOps or any other technology. I'm happy to help you on. Anyone would like to go for that self-evaluation? Ping me in WhatsApp. Okay, we'll schedule in the weekend or somewhere. Let's have a discussion. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, Hari, following up to this, like all questions, like as they mentioned, they are mixing up the roles in the job description and everything. So, for example, if someone asks, like if they ask any scenario-based question, and if we are not aware, like the actual answer, or we have a kind of hint, what could be, so how should we answer? And if we don't know, and in a case if we don't know anything about the question, so how should we approach that? How should we answer that?
You can answer them in such a way. I never get a chance to work on this scenario. Probably I need to upgrade my skills in this area. If you really need such situation or tools needed in your project before I join to the company, I'll enhance myself and I'll get it updated myself on this area. This should be your answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Hari.
And
One more thing.
Yep.
So it's related about resume. Actually, I have updated user-friendly resume, but I got a message from one of the recruiter that my resume got some 60 percentage something. But I'm not using any kind of tables or something like that. Is there anything with you like for a sample resume, ATS resume, so that I can change according to it?
Yeah, I have some set of sample resumes. I'll share it with you in the group or something. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Hari.
Okay, okay guys, and my side as usual request. So end of today's session, right? I'll post one message in our WhatsApp group, community group. What you guys need to do, just to copy that and paste it in the study groups, whatever you have. It could be Telegram or WhatsApp, any other. Okay. Let's grow this community bigger. We supposed not be selfish here, right? Only you are getting the information and free consultation every weekend. Let's others also will gain that. If you have any office group, if you have any study group you are part of, in Telegram or WhatsApp, LinkedIn, also you can post it in your LinkedIn page. You have a LinkedIn profile, right? You just simply post it, all of you. That way we can grow it. Okay. So if I'm getting more audience, right, I'll also get more interest to share more knowledge. Okay. So nothing will happen if you are posted in the LinkedIn. Like, what are you gonna post? Hey, I found one WhatsApp community giving weekend free session. Very informative for AWS and DevOps people who looking for the job change and career upgrade. Maybe you can try to join this group. Like that, if you post one message, right, it will be useful. No, remaining, see, 18 members are right now available. All of us posting in our WhatsApp group, Telegram group, LinkedIn. It will be really, really appreciable one. Okay, so do that and send me, uh, screenshot to me in the WhatsApp. All of you having my number today, the number which I sent the, specific meeting link. That is my number. Share the screenshot. Okay. Probably I'll give you the AWS interview questions and answers PDF to you. All right. So as a gift.
So Hari, I shared your my number. Please join me on community group.
Oh, hey, you should be part of community group. Only then you got the meeting link.
Okay, then fine. Okay, Hari.
Where you got the meeting link?
Yeah. Hope you
Community
remember
group.
me. Okay.
Okay, guys, fine then.
Hi
Thank you,
Hari,
everyone.
this is Raghu.
Who's that? What, Raghu? Tell me.
This is
Yep.
Raghu. This is Raghu from Chennai.
Yes, Raghu.
I'm audible?
Yeah, perfectly. Yes.
Yeah. தமிழ்ல பேசலாமா? தமிழ்ல
No, no.
பேசலாம்ல?
Others people
இன்னொருத்தர்?
won't understand. Continue with English. We are maintaining this community for English.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, great. Okay. Let me know this. No, I was around two places, 2 places of experience in DevOps. But my previous 5 years I was uh, 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 career gap. So I will move into another job. Is it not possible? Why means they're asking uh, continue job flow. How can I enter the again second level job means like this?
So you need to upgrade your knowledge, brother. Currently, you need to analyze
Yeah,
the current technical knowledge and DevOps tools, list them.
yeah,
You need to compare what are the
yeah.
tools are trend in the market. You need to add that is
Okay,
goal. Okay, you need to start acquire
okay,
knowledge on that particular tools. Once you acquire knowledge of
okay,
particular tools, right, you need to have a proper mentor. What are the scenario we'll get it in this real project, in this new tool? All those things
okay,
you need to capture knowledge.
okay,
Then update your resume accordingly. Start apply for the role. Further, it will take
okay,
you for 2 months.
okay,
Complete the updating your skill.
okay,
Take 2 months.
okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hari, one more request if it is possible for next week or in future, if you can give some scenario-based kind of stuffs, so we can know how, we can get a knowledge how the real-time work will be. So I'm getting so much of real-time questions. So scenario-based questions which I can't able to answer them
Okay.
since I was new to this
I
DevOps.
agree. You can do one thing. You can send privately to me, like what all the scenario recently you experienced. Accordingly, I'll plan,
Mhm.
few sessions on that.
Yeah, sure, definitely, Hari. I'll share
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Great.
Yeah, Hari. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saurabh is here. Thanks for your support and everything. Actually, I have followed your channel and I have joined your course since last 1.5 years, and I have got selected in many of companies. Right now, I'm working as a AWS DevOps engineer in Capgemini, and actually, right now they are focusing on the AI based and some like certifications, and so you can some guidance, and you can provide me some guidance regarding the things like
Yeah.
the.
I'm very much glad that by following my YouTube channel, you would able to clear the interview. Yeah, of course, your effort also is matter, but somehow my contents are helped you. I'm happy that. And another thing regarding your question, right? What happens? AI, it's not completely started ruling as of today. It's growing, I would see. And if you're really interested to go with AI certification, right? AWS itself one AI practitioner certification launched. Okay, end
Yes,
of
yes, yes,
last
yes,
year. Maybe you can try
yes,
for
yes.
that. I am trying to start study for the AI practitioner certification. Just for your information. So it looks interesting. I started looking into the AWS content. I'm going through that. Initially, it's looking very much interested. In not every company had a mandate uh, process to complete AI certification. Okay, that is for
No, no, no. Yes,
other
yes, yes.
companies. I'm telling for the general update to you. So if you are really keen or interested to do this, right, probably you can plan for a AI practitioner certification. Okay.
And most of the projects they are giving me like I have they are given some client interviews. They are mostly focusing about the Dynatrace and Splunk, that type of tools. So I have denied because that was for the related to only specific tools. So I have denied for that. So I have
Don't go
told
with
them.
any specific tool. If you go with any kind of specific tool, right, your entire life will be with like on the specific tool. So
Yes, yes.
go with the
So I
general
have.
team where they have a multiple tools and DevOps environments. That will
Yes.
be good for your
Yes,
case.
I have told the client that I have good knowledge of, I have hands-on knowledge and everything, knowledge on the CI/CD, Jenkins, and AWS, basically on Terraform. And I am not oriented to any specific tool like Dynatrace or Splunk. So I have denied for their project. I have currently
Good
now I am,
decision.
yeah. So one support I want to from your side, that if anything related to a AI practitioner related any course, if you start, then let me know. I will definitely join, and will I have some people who are also interested for that.
Okay, okay, buddy. Sure. I'll check and let you know.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. And
Hari, sorry. Actually, I have only one question. Just to, I was a bit curious about this. Actually, from past 1.5 months, I was started searching for a job. I mostly get a Microsoft Azure cloud. Is it necessary? Only Azure will be used by startup companies because I haven't seen any like related to AWS cloud. So majorly they are expecting a senior position. They be looking for AWS. But recently I got lot of Azure kind of things. But people, if I am applying also, I know DevOps. But they are not taking, like, is it necessary to learn Azure as well?
Yeah, basically UAE, majority of companies are using Azure. I know it personally.
Okay.
But US,
Okay.
UK side, right? People are using maximum of people are using AWS. So when you have a bigger,
I'm in UAE right now, so
maybe it's good to have Azure knowledge also for you. Okay. But when you know one
okay.
cloud, right? Another cloud is very simple for you to learn. It don't take much of your time. If you have a knowledge on any one
Okay.
cloud, either you have AWS or Azure, the other cloud will be very much easy actually. Okay.
Okay.
So make sure if you are looking for a higher package and higher salary, and all, it's good to have a multi-cloud knowledge.
Okay.
Because I works in multi-cloud. I know Azure, AWS, GCP, all three on-prem as well. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Actually, I started to study Azure as well, but I was just want to know because most of the job description having Azure, so I was not able to apply. If I'm applying, also they are rejecting it.
Okay.
That's why. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure. And
Hari, hello.
yes, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, so if I like, how should we prepare for an interview? Like, if we have a job description, how can we know, like these types of the question will be expected, and how should we, prepare for an interview?
For this, we already completed one weekend session last week, 2 weeks before we completed that. Maybe you can go and have a look on my channel. Some category pro. Yeah, crack any DevOps interview. Okay, this will answer you. We have discussed almost 42 minutes. If you have a look on it, this has answer for you. We have last few weeks before only completed this. Okay, 3 weeks before.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thanks.
And guys, anybody looking for the AWS certification, let me know. We have a team now. We have a golden partner with AWS, Azure. Any global certification, we will be able to do it. So our community people, right? We have a special some discounts and all. Okay. So ping me if you are anytime looking for any certification. So with that note, we are concluding the session today. We'll meet next week. Okay. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.